Good morning. It's Fish the Beach Bum Investor. And to answer the question from the title of the video, no, Doug is not to blame. He's been one of the people trying heavily to warn everyone against what was about to happen. So well done to Doug on at least getting a few people out of what was unfortunately still cost a lot of people a lot of money. So, but mate, at least if you saved a few, well done. We did a bit more of a in-depth look on this show as we tend to do, rabbit on for an hour and a half. But you know, if we all got a few people off that train, mate, we've done well. So yes, that sucks for everyone who did get into BitConnect. I am sorry to hear about that. There is a reason that I've never put up an affiliate link or anything like that to BitConnect, and that's because this was quite obviously coming. Easy to say in hindsight, but most people had said it in advance. So I am sorry to the people who lost a lot of money in BitConnect. That's unfortunate. For the rest of us, the market has started to kick back nicely, which is good to see. I'm just going to pop over to the chat and see who's in for the live convo today. Oh, and post up in Discord. Actually, let the crew know I'm live. Whoops. See who's in. Chronicus is in. Tron, Rip Connect. Yeah, man. It hasn't worked out well. I'm just going to close Discord. I chuckle a little, but I do feel for the people, because people will have got, well, like they will have lost a lot of money in this. So that's never good for our economy as a whole, and it's obviously not good for those individuals either. G'day, Floyd, Dennis Turk, Wilson Trainor. What's going on? Andy G, Grenkers. Crypto Jeffo, to be honest, everyone must take their own responsibility for losing money. Very good point, Crypto Jeffro. That is a solid point, man. You know, you've got to understand that even in projects that don't have the obvious structure of a pyramid, there is risk. Simple as that. We've seen that. The market's been ridiculously volatile. Not just BitConnect, but it does seem like the pyramid has somewhat collapsed in that one. Crypto Chronicus said, can we just make a con called Ponzi coin? Or is that already done? Yeah, it's called BitConnect, mate. And I think people will fall for that again. And obviously BitConnect Dex is probably not going to get a whole lot of attention after this either. Alpha David, morning. Yeah, no, you're right. They're adults, Dennis Turk. They made their own decisions. El Nino NMG, love your show. Thanks a lot. Good to have you in for the chat. Haven't seen you before. Hey, Jao. Oh, Jao, I just explained it. It's clickbait, mate. Total clickbait. Jao just said, what do you mean Doug Polk to blame? I was just pretending that I was on the side of BitConnect and that we're all against Doug Polk now. I said, no, he's one of the people who were really, really wanting people off BitConnect. And he doesn't take a real strong stance for or against any crypto. He's more of a reporter. So for him to really take a strong stance against it, if the red flashing lights in his show weren't enough, there were warning bells all over that thing. Myself and Rocky came in. We did like an hour and a half on it, guys. We went through the maths and explained how it couldn't, you know, how the longer tie-up periods for the money plus this non-existent trading bot, it just was not good. So, yeah, I do feel for the people, though. Chikai Hinahara is in, and it is 51:50 time. So, no, Jao, Doug Polk has quickly become one of my favourite reporters. That's total clickbait, that title. I learned from the best. He did the same thing yesterday with with someone who else is trending. El Nino NMG said, hope you love the Aboriginal man. He is the real man of your land. Absolutely, brother. Full respect to the first Australians, man. A lot of my good friends are first Australians. Rob Laurie, mad bodyboarder and very, very proud first Australian. So, yeah, man. Got love for the first Aussies. Don't worry about that. If anyone is complaining about following a 17-year-old on YouTube buying magic internet money turning out to be a bad investment advice, referring to Crypto Nick by chance, Crypto Chronicus? Yeah, man. Yeah. Got shouted out by the fish. Love that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how big a rap that is, bro. It's good to have you in the house. I'm going to create Better Connect, and I already have a partnership with BitConnect. Oh, you guys are idiots. Ciao. We've actually got good projects to work on, man, and to invest in. We don't need to look at that garbage. I can attest to the validity of the free Beads offers. Much recommended. It's so legitimate. Crypto Chronicus, you're an idiot. People might get confused, man. Didn't Agent Smith put $100 in as like an experiment? Agent Smith, what were you thinking? Just put it into something solid, man. We research it all day. Between the group, we must have hundreds of hours of research coming into the Discord group a day, and we put $100 into BitConnect as a social experiment. Hourglass. Have you guys heard of HPB, High Performance Blockchain? No, haven't, Hourglass. You got any links for that, man? I know my live chat doesn't allow them, and I'll probably try and figure out how to fix that soon. Although last time we had that allowed, there was people dropping all the, let's call them dating ads in our chat. So, Baby Junkie. Oh man, I caught everyone off guard. I just want, you know, when there's like really big news in the crypto economy, I want to come on and talk about it. I mean, BitConnect crashing to these sort of lows is big news. That's billions. Like, I think it was $2 billion at its max valuation. It's like a couple of $1 billion that have just been lost or gained by someone or a few people. Oh, Crypto Chronicus did $100 in experiments. I kid you not, the alarm for day 100 went off this morning. How fitting. Oh, Chronicus, you poor thing. At least it was only $100, dude. Oh, by the way, Chronicus, that tat looks sick. And sweet beard, by the way. I got some growing to do to catch up. JP O'Brien, what's going on, man? Wilson Traynor, at least we have a sea of green. That's a plus. Yeah, let's talk about some of the rest of the market. We've had a look at BitConnect. Daniel Chippendale, Dennis Turk said, Sally Fitzgibbon this Sunday. Is she my favourite for this Sunday? Are you going to be there? Where's the comp on? If it's close to me, I'll get to it for sure. Yeah, Sally's a great surfer, for sure. Daniel Chippendale, the swell's in on the Gold Coast at the moment, by the way. It's pumping. Everybody says they dig the beard. It has its own Facebook, says Chronicus. Chippendale, HPB sounds like good investment hype starting to build. Also, Tron has a lot of news coming up. Also, they're releasing Tron puppies. Oh my God. Daniel Chippendale, you say that like that's a good thing. Did you? Let's have a look at the market. It has kicked back nicely last time I checked. Really nice. You know, really dipped down overnight. I saw Bitcoin below 1,000, 10,000, below 1,000. I wish. Crypto Chronicus said I ended up with what 0.28 BitConnect tokens, which is now worth like $5. Yeah, nice investment, dude. Good roll of the dice on that one. Hey, PIVX held nice and strong through the corrections. Did you notice that, man? It was one of the really strong ones. I was happy to see that. Neo puppies also fill me in. Yeah, yeah. Neo puppies are coming, man. Hash puppies. God, I got one. I got airdropped one because anyone who had made a transaction off a Neo wallet between certain dates was airdropped a hash puppy. So I am the proud owner of one hash puppy token. I'm giving it to D. I don't even want it. Giving it to her free. I hope she sells it for 100 grand. And then she can quit work and come on as my daily host. What do you reckon? Did you guys know that the American criminal justice system was responsible for Madoff running a Ponzi because they said he was running a Ponzi, so it's their fault? Yeah, Andy G, I did suggest that when I was asked what's a good place to store your coins in you know, safe havens, crypto safe havens. And I think residual income coins are the go because the other one that was kicking back nicely last time I checked was Neo, and also KuCoin shares was coming up again, which was nice to see as well. So those coins that can earn you a residual income, I think they're good for safe haven because people are less likely to let them go and more likely to want to buy them up when they get cheap because they understand the long-term implications of compounding interest. PIVX is my best hold through any type of market correction via fiat or versus BTC. Yeah, I tend to be the same, Crypto Chronicus. I mean, it's my savings account, man. So just keep accumulated a few more this week, which I'm happy about, more than I expected to. So I'm happy about that. Just accumulation strategy for me. I can't get a master node overnight. I can't do it. So I just got to keep accumulating and making the most of when dips happen like they did. I got a nice buy order of 25 more PIVX. I know it doesn't sound huge, but that's my accumulation strategy, right? I just keep popping in a little bit extra when I can, and I got a really nice price, so I'm happy. Now I put that in the wallet, and that increases my chances of earning that next staking bonus. So yeah, I like it, man. There's a couple of good residual income coins out there, guys. Even though I'm not a huge fan of, this is the thing, it's sort of fantasy sports, right? So I'm on the fence of whether that's sort of gambling or not. And I think society is in general. I think NLC2 coin could go all right, because I think fantasy sports is a huge industry and it's got residual income. You can stake NLC2. It seemed reasonably cheap to me last time I checked it out. And I have heard they've got announcements coming out soon. So even though, like, I just got to keep, it's not fair for me to just go, okay, I'm not going to talk about, I don't like to really review them and that, but since I spent 2.5 hours talking to Raf on a live YouTube, another channel, I got asked to come on there and have a chat to him about NLC2. And since I know a bit about it and I keep a bit of an eye on it because I'm still in contact with Raf, I might as well report to you when they've got announcements coming out. So they've got an announcement coming out. I don't know what it is. I don't know how big or small, but given it's a residual income coin, that might be another one. If you're interested and you don't see fantasy sports as a gambling or an issue, or you don't have a problem with gambling or anything like that, then it might be worth a look as well. Walton Coin did, and Venn did, anti-Jet. It's another thing that I was bullish on myself. And you've got to look at, the residual income coins, the exchange coins, because as long as there's volume going through the market, the exchanges are still going to be profiting, right? So, yeah, I think the exchange coins, the residual income coins, the proof of stake coins, and another one that makes a very good point for NDG is WTC and Venn. And that's because they've got real world use cases, mate. Like I said, they can stop crypto as a currency. The governments and financial institutions can put that much pressure on. I'd hate to see it, but they can. They're not, governments won't want to slow industry, I don't think. Not when it comes to making more profit, meaning more taxes. So I think that cryptocurrencies that are actually providing a use case in industry and in business are safe, even in times of uncertainty in the overall economy. Not safe, just safer, because crypto is a very high risk game, guys. El Nino said, do you think, bro, do you think the crash is finished? This market's heavily news driven. We've just got to keep an eye on the news coming out and see what happens. Let me just have a quick look and see what's sort of trending. I mean, the last hour is pretty green all in all. It's looking okay. I mean, it has been a major shakeout. We've gone from 825 billion down to less than 500 at one stage. That's a big shake. Just having a look. I'll just do a quick refresh. Yeah, Bitcoin's continuing to come up a little bit. It's up another 0.75% in the last hour. Ripple's been really strong in the last hour, actually 6.29%. Yay for the bankers. Stoked. They don't have enough money, so that's good. Stella's coming up with Ripple, tend to have a correlating relationship. Yeah, it's all looking really nice in the last hour, guys, to be honest. Maybe the worst of it's over. Perhaps. It's hard to say exactly. But it's going to be news driven. You know, we'll see what actually comes from the talk in China and South Korea about regulations and restricting trading on exchanges. I think that's going to be key. The news coming out in the coming weeks. Okay, what else have we got here? Oh, El Nino, it's stupid volatile. Yeah, really volatile. It's been all right for me because I trade. So I don't trade big amounts, but I've got like 20% of my holdings on exchanges, and then the rest are in wallets. So 80% is bag holding, and then 20% for trading. So when the market gets really volatile like this, it's profitable for me on the 20% that I trade with. And I just, traded a bit more and was able, I've got another 15 PIVX to move into the wallet as well from trading. So it's been a profitable dip for me. I know that sounds funny, but it has been. So yeah, I think if you're prepared for these things and you've taken a little bit out, you've got the opportunity to go back to coins that you really see have gone too far. If you've held a bit in fiat money or you've held a bit in, BTC tends to have a less retracement than the alts. When it really all goes bad, the alts tend to bleed a little bit heavier. So you can hit some buy orders just on some BTC that you've held as well. So yeah, I've done a bit of everything and done really well. So stoked. We'll see how it goes though. It's early days. It's only just starting to recover. One more bit of bad news and it'll shoot down again. We know how this economy works. Very, very emotional. El Nino said ICX was my best hold. I cannot disagree with that. ICX was underpriced at stages where it got down to $5. They got mainnet. Is it the 24th? 28th? 28th? 24th? The mainnet's launching. So this is what I talk about with real world progress. And they're launching mainnet, I believe, before Cardano or EOS, right? It's interesting. See what happens there. Michael Smith. Sad for the hyper-frenzied late pylons, but BitConnect, USI Tech, and all these dubious lending programs are clearing the way for solid blockchain players and real committed investors. Michael Smith, I'm glad that it happened before it got like ridiculously big. You're right. It needed to happen. Like the writing was on the wall, but I hated the thought of people losing that much money. So I was never really wishing for it to fail. But the maths suggested that it would, unless they had an exceptional trading bot, which they weren't able to prove. So yeah, it's sad. Bought more Neo and ICX today. Laughing my ass off. I put like 3K in the market already this year. Neo's done. Neo kicked back really strongly. It got down to $100 Hourglass. I was spot checking this morning. Seb Fox said I made 5% gains on my US dollar tether last night. Well played, sir. Sam Roberts, seems Wall Street really owned this BTC market, drove up price, then shorted it down until futures expired today. Sam Roberts, you're a wise man. I suggested it months ago. I don't like being right about that, by the way. I just said everyone should be aware of that possibility. Said it several times, man, when Bitcoin was mooning to stupid amounts. And I said, you guys realize this could be the whales plant doing their thing. OG said it's clickbait, mate. Doug Polk just spoke the truth. Absolutely, 100% agree with you. He is one of the most consistent people to warn people about the dangers of investing in BitConnect. But you learn from the best. Doug Polk is one of the best, and he often uses a bit of clickbait in his titles. So I thought I'd do that. But yeah, no, he's one of my favorite. I only found him like a week ago on YouTube because I'm not really a social media person. So yeah, absolutely, man. bit of clickbait. He absolutely spoke the truth. Hourglass, such bullshit. The USA is taxing us for every single trade, token to token. Yeah, man, I heard about that. That sucks. That really, really sucks. I don't really understand that. Like I understand how that, like, it's going to be taxed. You're better off basically just buying and holding. Unless you're an exceptional trader, that makes the trading game much, much harder for you if you're being taxed on trades. So you actually really have to be quite exceptional to outperform the tax on trade to trade. So that's probably going to reduce. It probably will reduce volume, almost definitely. I work in New York City as a techie, but yes, the bankers are openly brazen about crashing BTC. Yeah, that sucks. But I called it. I called it as a possibility anyway. I did say that you've got to understand that this is a way that they can quite easily make money. I did explain that as best as I could in layman's terms. So, especially when the market was really getting heated up. Sam Roberts said, screw those guys. I agree, dude. I'd agree. We can't let them play these psychologicals with us. So, yeah. I mean, we know the tech's good, guys. If you're invested in good projects and solid teams, stick with it. Fish, you should get on a live stream with Chico Crypto. I don't know who Chico. Hourglass, I don't keep up with everything. I've got a few favorite YouTubers and I'm subscribed to them, but I'm not heavy in going and seeing what everyone says. Like, Doug is entertaining and he's got good information. Same with Crypto Daily. Crypto Investor's got a really, really level head. He keeps his head screwed on tight and often takes a contrarian point of view, which is helpful at times when the market's getting overheated. He's more realistic. These are the reasons that I subscribe to him. I have reasons for the people I've subscribed to. Crypto Lark, I don't know if I've subscribed to him yet because I only recently found him, but he seems to have some pretty good info as well. So yeah, there's a few. I can't remember all of them, but they're the guys you want to be listening to if you're not up for the hour conversation with Fishy each day, because they wrap it up really nicely and they're entertaining as well. Coin Mastery. He's good as well. Quite like him. We've disagreed on things before, man, Coin Mastery, but I've never spoken to him. I've just disagreed with some of his things before, but I think all in all, he's excellent. He's got a very level head, and his voice is very soothing. Slicekeeper said, one theory is BitConnect had a hand in this massive correction, selling off all their BTC for BCC to refund their customers. So you could say they're a BTC staking Ponzi coin. Yeah, man, it's not good. It's not good, Slicekeeper. It certainly could have contributed, man. That would actually make sense. Monster Vodka, the answer to your question is total no. It's good to see the clickbait worked. I realize that, dude. ICX mainnet is launching on the 24th, and they have the first annual summit on the 31st of January. That's cool. Yeah, 24th or 28th. I knew it was one of the two. You know how I often just get like a number and then it's an even number and I know whether it's yeah, I did that with ICX. I couldn't remember whether it was 24th or 28th. Thanks, Seb, for clearing that up, man. Oh, really, Monster Vodka? Were you... Oh, you didn't get into BitConnect, did you? He said, yeah, I got to Doug Polk a little too late. Oh, that's unfortunate, man, because he was really, really adamant that people should not put their money in BitConnect. I mean, I probably should have done more. What I was doing was more... I'd mention it every now and again and just say that I didn't think it was good, but I thought bringing attention to it at all was probably just not good. So I just skipped over it every time we were checking over the markets and stuff. But yeah, it is sad, man. I feel people for that. Yeah, OG's there said, oh, yeah, okay, I got you guys. Yeah, that's good. Clickbait. Learn from the best, man. NZ Street Beats, cooking bacon and beans and watching old fish bum. Sounds like a good day, NZ Street Beats. NZ Street Beats came in and asked me yesterday. He said, man, what should I do? Should I sell out? This is not looking good. And I said, look, you do what you want, but I don't advise selling on lows because that's how you lose money. So if we've got a 2-month low, which we had yesterday and into the early hours of this morning Australian time, I think that is a good time to start buying. So I'm hoping you did hold on, man, because the market's kicked back nicely. You've got to make your own decisions. It can certainly retrace on further bad news coming out of China or Korea, especially at the moment, and just say Asia in general. Indonesia's had its issues recently with a minister there coming out and saying crypto is not legitimate currency. Now, fortunately, Indonesia's not massive in crypto, but unfortunately, it's one of the economies that I could really see being helped by crypto. So, yeah. Monster Vodka said, yeah, Crypto Lark is awesome. Yeah, man. I only just found a lot of these guys, Monster Vodka. The first time I've seen you, man, but I'm a bodyboarder. So tech is not my game. Yeah. So I'm learning more about it because I'm a PIVX representative. But yeah, tech's not really my game. So I've only just found out a lot about social media. I only got into Facebook in 2015. when I was, I won't say made to, but strongly advised that I should be by Surfing Australia. And I said, okay, fair enough. Oh, Data Dash is good as well. I haven't watched heaps of his stuff, Daniel Chippendale, but what I've seen, I do like. CCN. I haven't seen CCN. Can't comment. Chico Crypto was the one who asked Susan on a date. Oh, okay. Pablo, that'd be funny. I should do a stream with that dude. I brought that up when I did the interview with Susan. Better trading BTC daily, you can get 1 to 5%. Hang on, where are we? Bram Aid. Better trading BTC daily, you can get 1 to 5%. It's still the same, 25 to 30% per month. Yeah, man. I never advised a single soul even consider BitConnect. What's your thoughts on USI Tech? Do you think they will give people their money back? Probably not. I put $300 in there a month ago, and it seems they're just taking off with everyone's Bitcoin. I can't speak with any certainty as to what's going on there, but from the anecdotal evidence I've heard, I would be preparing, which you should have been before you put it in. As you know, you never invest more than you can afford to lose, but I'd be preparing not to get that $300 back. And I hate to be pessimistic on it, OGZ, but from the anecdotal evidence I'm hearing. I haven't done a stack of research into it because it's not something I invested in myself. Crypto Chronicus said, your money's gone, bro. They've already... Chronicus, you could be a little bit nice about it. You don't have to be brutal like that. Yes, but Crypto Chronicus probably is right, OGZ. Monster Vodka. Yeah, it could have been worse, but I'm more pissed that the promoters are talking about buying BCC now while it's low. Are they really? They're seriously still trying to do something like what are they saying? It's great value. Seriously? We almost need to start a campaign to get them taken off CoinMarketCap. We should at least do that, right? Because that is the major source that most people go to. If you look at any YouTube videos, most people are using CoinMarketCap to source their information about coins. And I actually think we should just, as a caring crypto community, make a request that BitConnect be removed from CoinMarketCap. Not only that the bloody coin price search field gets removed because coin price doesn't matter. Hashtag. So it's misleading to have a search field in there for coin price. That's because it suggests that it matters, but also having BitConnect on there suggests that it's legitimate, which it clearly is not. So yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. Put some pressure on one of the major sources of information in the economy, so people, new people coming into the economy don't get fooled. We don't want to see this repeated. That's crap. Let's just cut our losses and be done with it. That's my opinion. If you're up for it, let's get in contact with CoinMarketCap. More people who do that, more chance we've got of making it happen. Michael Jordan, was your Zebra mate invested in BCC? Yeah, he was. That's why he's got his head turned in shame. He went, oh, Fish, you told me it was a scam. You told me it's like ticked every box for a pyramid scheme. Why didn't I listen? It's because he's a $10 zebra painting. Yeah. Chico Crypto asked Susan from Q-Link on a date. Yeah, I brought that up in our interview. I believe you, but how are you so sure? Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. Just want to know if it's a definite. Oh, I'm not. This is anecdotal. That's what I said. It's what I've heard. It's not strongly researched. It's not something I've had to strongly research. Sorry, OGZ. So yeah, no, I'm not certain about that. Just from the talk. Daniel Chippendale said, I have USI Tech. My system is all good at the moment, but will come to an end at some stage. Great. Chico can pick an ICO. I tell you, said Floyd. Oh, I have to start watching some of these guys. You guys got to keep me up to date as well, right? I don't know the best YouTubers to watch because I suck with social media. Oh, yeah, Jowd makes a good point. He said it's going to get pumped again, for sure. Even Confido got pumped again. Yeah. Oh, we shouldn't laugh at all these poor people who've lost money in these things. They are allowing anyone not in the US to buy BitConnect X ICO at the value of 150 per BCC token. It's insanity. It's a pyramid on a pyramid. That's just weird. And the audacity to have an ICO to scrape up extra cash on the way out the door. Yeah, Nate Forch, I'm with you, bro. It's terrible. I sent my BitConnect to hit BTC, so if it pumps, I'll sell it and get a little bonus. Crypto Chronicus. You're lucky I've got 20 PIVX coming your way for getting that tattoo, dude. That should cover the $100 you lost at least. So, oh, by the way, when are you good to do that? We should do that soon. I want to do the live transfer. Me and Chronicus will set it up. We'll try and get him on the show if that's okay, Chronicus. Do a Google Hangouts and we'll do a live transfer of the PIVX that I now owe Chronicus for getting a sweet tattoo, including the PIVX symbol. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, Joseph Garnier, Dr. Byteball, our Byteball correspondent. Despite a total bloodbath, Mike Ball is performing well against Bitcoin. Byteball, yes. No, look, that's good to hear, man. Good to hear. I always suggested that there was a need for a decentralized messaging service, and there are a few good ones in the race out there, and I did think Byteball was one of them. Looked like interesting technology. Not something I'm invested in myself, but it does look interesting. Kevin S. I just bought BCCX. It was sold out in like 2 minutes. Oh, Kev. I don't know. I just think it could be danger time. And Nazir Razuli agrees with me. But don't laugh, Nazir. We don't need to laugh at people who get caught in by this. No. Oh, I've just done it. Don't laugh. Giggle, giggle, says Fish. Name one Ponzi scheme that came back and gave the money back. Oh, wait. Crypto Chronicus, yeah. Sunray said Kin. Kin's a messaging service as well, right? Sunray, Kincoin. I think they were actually like Kin Kick. Is that right? We looked at the ICO briefly on this show, but I haven't looked at it since. How's it been tracking along? Why don't we take a look? Haven't had a look at a specific coin today. Have a look. It is a lot. I remember it's a low per unit coin. Like there's a big circulating supply. So I think 286 million market cap. Big supply though. You're talking 10 billion. Hang on, I might have even got that. No, that's no 10 trillion. Wow. Yeah, so massive circulating supply. Currently trading at 3 Satoshi. Look, it's taken the big retracement. I just want to make sure I'm right about this one and see if it is actually like the major value proposition is a messaging service. Just gonna have a quick look. Kin ecosystem. A decentralized ecosystem of digital services for daily life. Vision digital services such as. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring you over to the screen share. Let's have a look at Kin today. We haven't had a look at one yet. What am I doing? Coin market cap. Sometimes I simplify the value propositions of these coins, sometimes, more often than not. So, guys, it is important with whatever I'm saying. It is my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. You do need to do your own research. And what we do on this show is have more of a philosophical discussion about the about the investments. We do look at some economics as well. As you can see, guys, that's a massive total supply. Let's go over to the website and have a look. Oh, hang on. I said, as you can see, and I haven't even brought you over to screen share yet. Let me just get Google Hangouts out. For those of you who are new to the chat, I'm useless with tech. It's something you have to put up with. I'm getting better. Trust me, I am. All right, let's have a look at Kin, see what it's all about. Okay, a decentralized ecosystem of digital services for daily life. Vision, digital services such as chat apps and social networks are bringing together communications, information, and commerce in a new, unprecedented way. In unprecedented ways. For future generations, digital services will be a natural and core aspect of their daily lives. We believe that a broad group of participants can come together to create an open ecosystem of tools for digital communication and commerce that prioritize consumer experience. That's why Kin was created. Cool. Timeline, May 25th, 2 days after my birthday. If anyone is interested in sending me a birthday present, it is on May 23rd, and I do accept PIVX. Kik announces cryptocurrency as first step to launching a decentralized ecosystem of digital services. September 26, 2017, token sale concludes, raising nearly 100 million, 170 countries, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Q1 2018, select digital services join Kin ecosystem, launch of Kin rewards engine. Want to learn more? Yes, we do. If you want to go and invest in this, you need to read the white paper, guys. Pretty simple. And you need to also look at the team, which I did have a look at as well. But if I'm right, this was an existing messaging service, like it had a user base in the real world before they went into crypto. Okay, later. Remind me tomorrow. I'll get to know my Mac sometime soon, I promise. All right, coming back to the chat. I know that's a very, very brief look, guys. But to be fair, there's not a stack. Oh, we'll go to about. See if it brings up any extra information. Okay, we'll go through this. This will be fun. A fair and open digital service ecosystem, introducing Kin, related to the word kinship and conveying a feeling of being connected to community. The Kin cryptocurrency is designed specifically to bring people together in a new shared economy and will serve as the foundation for a decentralized ecosystem of digital services. Cool. What's interesting here, Kik will be the first digital service to join the Kin ecosystem. So Kik was, I'll just read this. Kin will power a digital economy inside of the Kik app. There you go. With millions of users, Kik will drive mainstream consumer adoption of Kin. Okay. I'm getting a bit better of a view of what the Kin Kik thing is now. Establishing fundamental value for the cryptocurrency. By natively integrating the Kin wallet into the app, it will instantly become one of the most adopted and used cryptocurrency wallets in the world. Well, I'll tell you what, this looks like a bit of a competitor to mine. It does look like a bit of a competitor to Byteball, I guess. Similar value propositions. Yeah, it looks like some interest. It looked interesting. I do remember what kept me away from it in the ICO phase, because we were looking at it at ICO. And the thing that kept me away from it was just some, like, it's not their fault, but some bad people in the real world had used the Kik messaging service in the real world for some bad things. And like I said, that's not their fault, but it just turned me off a little bit. So that might seem unreasonable, but that's what happened. All right, coming back to the chat. Justin Freeman, happy to have a look at it if you want, man, but we usually like to keep a little bit tight-lipped about the ICOs we're looking into until we've decided whether we're going to invest or not. So if you want me to have a look at it, I can, but Elysium Core said, hodl hard during the storm. I think that's the best advice. I've given that advice yesterday, and so far it's turned out well. What's the market turned around again? I'm already happy that it's kicking back. Elysium Core picked up some more PIV. Let me have a quick update here. Yeah, it's fine. Looking good. Looking good. Hey, Decentraland came back really strong, guys. Something I plan to be a digital landowner. I can't believe I'm saying that. A guy who's never even watched a movie in 3D is about to be a digital landowner. Anyway, I bought it pretty cheap and it's come back nice again this morning, so good to see. I'm not sure when the next land sale is. I'll have to get in there and, I don't know, figure out how the auction works. Let's see how else we got. Mike said, Fish, I'm here, swimming in profits, love you. Love you too, dude. Little Lost Lotus, they didn't give anyone their money back. They gave them worthless coins, might as well have been dirty napkins. Didn't laugh, because you got to remember, guys, a lot of people have lost a lot of money. And maybe I shouldn't It's just, when I don't want to go into it too much more. Anyway, Justin Freeman. I know what you're saying, bro. Seb, people might be buying BCX, like Bitcoin Connect X, in hope as a way to maybe get some money back for their worthless BCC. I just, can anyone be? I don't think there's going to be many people who go for that strategy, man. I think that what has happened to BitConnect in the last 48 hours, no. Anything with the word BitConnect on it, anything with the word connect on it is in trouble. Wasn't there Ether Connect or something like that out there as well? It was the same sort of thing. $15 million daily users, 300 million registered. Thanks, Sunray06. Come on, do the math. It's less than a penny. What's the upside? Well, we don't do, that's a good point, Sunray06. We do the math in here. So it's not about what the coin price is. It's about the circulating supply and the market cap. So the market cap's at about $250 million. Is that a messaging service currently worth $250 million? With 300 million users? I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Yeah, it could be one that's undervalued for sure. But yeah, I mean, because it's a penny means nothing. Seb said, no way I would use an exchange that was run by the people that used to run a Ponzi that lost millions of people's money. Yeah, exactly. It's going to struggle to recover. Monster Vodka said, yes, us that investing in BitConnect really need to do our research. Oh, sorry, Monster Vodka. I wasn't having a go at you. I hope it wasn't too much, man. Hope you got a good diverse portfolio because you'll have good gains if you've been in the economy for a while on a lot of other coins. I'll rather spend BCC to BCCX than to my girlfriend. 15 million people with 100K each. What's that? 1.5 billion. Yes, it is. Very good. They did a 2-year trial from 2014 to 2016. They generated 4 times the global volume of the Bitcoin network. 4 times the global volume of the Bitcoin network. Think about it. I will think about it. Thank you for that, Summer06. Started to search for an investment in a type of medical tech coin for HODL in the future, thinking AI will end up there. Sorry, hit enter too soon. No worries, SB. Hey, SB, you might want to check out Encryption. I worked with David Copesell, the CEO. That was my first internship in crypto. He's a good guy. I really believe he's got a really good vision for what he's doing with Encryption and the Gene Chain. So one called DNA. It's only on a couple of exchanges at the moment. Cryptopia is one of them. You know, it's a lower market cap. So it is high risk, high reward. But this is one for me that was philosophical, that I said, you know what, if Dave fails, I believe he's going to try his hardest. And if he fails, so be it. But this is a really positive step forward for society in terms of being able to fast track cures, treatments, that sort of things to illnesses that are very destructive in our society. So I think Dave's got very, call him Dave, Dr. Copesell has very pure ambitions. And he was very down to earth when I was dealing with him. So, and I did contact him recently. He's going to come on the show and have a chat. So you'll get to learn more about encryption, DNA, the Gene Chain. So if you are interested in how blockchain's being overlaid in the medical industry, that's one you got to keep an eye out for. I'll certainly release some dates on that when I've had a chance to speak to Dave. Look at Stellar's price now. Look at what will happen later. Price, risk, reward. It has not started yet. 10 trillion. 10 trillion. Sunray, 10 trillion. There's not even 10 trillion in the overall market. Muhammad Ahmed, Fish, what do you think of BABB ICO? Oops. Muhammad, I'm not meant to mention them. I bought 4 million of their token in the pre-sale. Public sale is soon. Team is solid. They have ex-banker on the team. They applied for UK banking license and waiting for it. Are waiting for it. Muhammad Ahmed, if they get a UK banking license, that'd be a massive step forward, because that's been a lot of the difficulty with cryptos at the moment, especially in Australia. The big 4 banks over here are just putting the squeeze on massively, pretty much shutting down accounts when people are well, they have. I don't know if that's been restored recently, but I'm not with one of the big four banks. But the big four were reportedly shutting down like thousands of accounts, anyone who'd had a crypto transaction come in. So they're putting the squeeze on big time. So any crypto that can position itself with a banking license is going to do extremely well. But there have been many that have applied and have been waiting for them, and they haven't come through. So my advice would be to be first to learn about the news on that one, because while it's a rumor, that's a dangerous rumor to buy into, in my opinion, because coins are having a little bit of difficulty getting banking licenses in some jurisdictions at the moment. Sunray said, time for a beer, laugh out loud. Yeah, true. Oh, it's a bit early in the morning here. Time for a surf for me. Interesting tidbit. Since 2004, every year, 24 days before Chinese New Year, BTC has dropped 25 to 35%, like clockwork, and slowly crept up higher. Marathon, not a sprint in crypto. Follow the blockchain. I love that quote you always put in. Follow the blockchain. It's good. All right, I'm back to live. Little lost lotus, exactly. At least dirty napkins have a utility. Oh my goodness, we're still talking about that. BitConnect X is done too, I would say. So, ha ha ha. Nah, you're good. It's cool if you laugh. Oh, thanks, Monster Vodka. But I think you can clean napkins if you sign up for BitConnect X. You can get clean napkins. Oh shit. SB said, awesome. Thank you, Fish. Yeah, no, it'll be a good show. I can't wait to get Dave in. I haven't spoken to him other than that email where I said, hey, Dave, I saw the price. Well done, man. Looks like you're well on your way. Because, you know, it was like a $2 million valuation at one stage for TNA. And I just messaged him when the price had been, you know, when the coin had actually been discovered at market and had a really, really good pump. And I just said, congrats, and we'd love to have you on the show. He said, yeah, I'd love to come on. So I still haven't messaged him to lock in a date, because I assume he's very busy at the moment, but we will get him on soon. Kin supply for 10 years is 10 trillion. Kin is moving to the Stellar network. I didn't know that. Thanks, man. Look at the Stellar price now. Look at the Kin price now. When they move to Stellar, they gain Bittrex. That's really interesting. That's a good point, Sunray 06. You're welcome, buy cheap and hold. Yeah, that's responding to SB. Yeah, man, that's the go. You buy cheap and hold. It's a good strategy. Sunray, I also you put a link on the page. Thanks, man. That's awesome. I also recommend like, I don't recommend heavy trading. This is not what I'm saying, but I'm saying if you do 3x or 5x on a coin, maybe consider taking some profit out of off the table. You know, the market's nice and stable. You know, you bought it at approximately $1. It's gone up to approximately $5. Maybe take 20% off and at least bank your initial investment. So I think that's a real wise bit of advice that Sunray 06 is given there, that you buy low and hodl, but also be prepared to take a little bit of profit, guys, when you get those big run-ups, because the market's inevitably going to dip again. Marto, peeps be holding Tron like it's gold, eh? Man. That's one that's dividing the economy, you know? It's like, because it does look like the white paper and some of the coding was somewhat not original. Can we say that? But, you know, I watched another YouTuber again who put in another good point of view yesterday, that it is open source. That's what we're doing here. So if something is utilized from another project, what's the harm in that? But I've got to say, it should have been, you know, credit it. If you're going to use it, fine. Say this is a brilliant part of the code and this is a brilliant part of the white paper, and quote it, but credit it to the original author. So that's what I have problem with. It seems deceiving to me. And so that's what I'm having problems with. But a lot of people are really bullish on Tron. Me, I'm just not one of them after that revelation. I still thought the white paper was really good, but that's because it had been written once before. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with Tron though. I don't think it's a scam. I don't think it's like, you know, BitConnect, clearly. I don't think it's like BitConnect and BitConnect X. I think it's, you know, it's an actual viable project. It's a viable goal. What do you got there? Lamap. Is that a coin? Sunray 06. Just with everything else going bonkers, Tron is holding nicely. Yeah, Mutto, I mean, it took those massive runs up. Last time I saw it, it came down to around the 6 cent mark, I think. So yeah, look, if they achieve what they've set out to achieve with Tron, it's a big ambition to fix the internet. But what would a company that was able to achieve that be worth? But still, that's valuing very much on potential. And I'm trying to encourage people to value on the here and now. So Tron have got some lofty ambitions and some plans coming into play. What I would like to see is those plans play out a little bit to understand how their vision is actually going to play out in real world once that starts. And until I see at least a little bit of testing, like with it, Tron doesn't have a mainnet yet, right? Until I see a bit of that, I think that we need to be realistic about valuing projects on the here and now rather than, like, yeah, we can take into account the potential for sure, but we were starting to value a lot of these things as if they were already had achieved their overall goal. That's what it felt like. But laughing my ass off. Okay, I don't know what LAMAP is. Sunray, you're gonna if you do end up coming back for another chat, man, you're gonna realize that, like, the social anagrams, I'm a social media idiot. It's part of the fun we have here. People trying to explain things to me. SB, I keep seeing pump and dump groups on Twitter talking about pumping BTC and so many YouTubers promoting buy-ins good for current holders. Yeah. I don't think pump and dump groups are good for the economy at all. In general, I don't think that a few people making a lot of money is what we're going for in decentralization. Those two seem to be opposites. So I don't think pump and dump groups are good as a whole. I think it's good. It's fine to do what we do and collaborate to find the best projects to invest in for a long-term goal. And yes, to responsibly take some money along the way. But I've never once told people where to sell, and never once told people move it from this project into another project and now we'll pump this coin. That's ridiculous. And that's going to hurt people. For those of you who have only just met me, I'm not really about hurting. Not really. I'm not about hurting people. Kind of the opposite. I don't know how to pronounce that. Valiantness? Oh, valiantness is the virtue in the Tron world. Okay. Classic line, of course. The white paper was good. It was written once before. Classic. Yeah. I just felt bad about that, Sunray 06. We've got, I know you knew, we got D who comes into the show, and D's an academic, and also Ethercept, who's a really active member of our investment group. He's an academic as well. So when work was used that had been done previously and wasn't attributed back to the original author or the original creator of the code, it rubbed a few people up the wrong way. Having said that, Ethercept is still bullish on Tron. So there you go. There's a balanced argument for you. Me personally, I'm not holding any Tron. I sold it out. I got an airdrop 500 Tron, and I didn't even know what it was. So when it spiked and I could get $25 for free, I sold that out into Icon, which at the time was at $1.20. So I'm really happy with my decision. But yeah, I like the white paper, but it really rubbed me up the wrong way that it wasn't, at least. I don't mind, like, it's open source, right? We're building and building and building and trying to get the best versions of these things we can. But why not just attribute it to the original writer? Okay. Mardo, no, man. No, Mardo, I didn't do BitConnect. No. Right. I do maths on investments since you're new here. So it's real basic maths. Like it is for the mainly for the newbies and people who want to understand how to start building a formula that can get them price prediction. So I'll give you an example. This is one I did. This is one I did for Icon, and it took the current average spend. You probably can't see that current average spend of Koreans, and it assumed a 12.5% dominance of Icon in Korea. So using real world figures that I could actually research. And then I put in some assumptions that Icon would have an Ethereum-like dominance in Korea. I didn't, factor in any growth in the crypto economy, and that gets me to a price of $30. So I can safely say that I think, based on the maths that I've done, the research I've done, that Icon will get to that $30 figure. Now, when we did the numbers on BitConnect, which we did on a previous show, I tend to rabbit on. That's the problem. Our shows go for like an hour and a half every day. And me and Rocky got on. Rocky's comes on the show occasionally. He's a big Bitcoin maximalist. He'll admit that. But we had a look at BitConnect together, and the numbers just didn't fit. Like the length of the contracts were getting longer and longer as you know, what they're calling compounding interest and compounding daily. It didn't make sense because it got to a point where you're locking this money up for so long you never take it out. And on top of that, the model relied on new money coming in, and it relied on a trading bot, which no one had ever seen. And even if they had, who cares? It's a trading bot. Is that what value is that bringing to our society? Is that really the best use of the blockchain? I think we can do better than that, people. So sorry for my rant just then, but no, I didn't get involved in it. Wasn't my sort of thing. Pump it like a wave, yeah. Funny Eagle, pump and dump, get the crypto market in bad light on the news, which makes chances of adoption less likely. It's really bad. People in finance take the WSJ as gospel, so when they talk about these pump and dumps, it's bad. Man, it is really, really bad. That's what I'm saying. This is where our economy gets its bad name in the great, like in the wider world. Do you know the number of people who have? Okay, so I don't want to give away names here, but someone's mother called them and said, you need to sell everything because crypto's going down. That was the advice given at the bottom of the market by someone who's never looked at crypto before in their life. So yeah, it is detrimental to our economy when anything like this happens. And I know part of like Dougie will be doing the backflips going, I told you so. But I also know he's an intelligent guy because it takes intelligence to play poker at the level he's been able to do it at. He will understand the greater impact and the greater implication on this on the wider economy. And I don't think he'll be laughing because he doesn't seem like a dickhead. He seems like a genuinely good guy. So I don't think he's going to be laughing real hard. He'll have a joke with it because that's his style. I have no doubt about that. And I'm looking forward to his video very, very much to see what happens. But, you know, I think deep down he knows the impact of this to A, the people who were ignorant and were involved, and B, the impact on the wider crypto economy, which is not a good thing. I've said that a million times that I don't want to see coins fail and lose massive amounts of their value. Any coin, I don't want to see it, regardless of whether I think it's garbage or not. I don't want to see it because it's bad for the wider crypto economy when reports get out of people losing millions and millions of dollars. And in the case of BitConnect, we've seen a $2 billion drain out of the market. That's yucky. It's a quality quote there. That's yucky. Compared to the, let's have a look. Compared to the English version are two different documents with many differences. What's this? Oh, here we go. Affidavit. Sorry, I missed the first part of that, man. So Affidavit said, Tron, the original Tron white paper was not copied by Tron. The English version of the white paper was done by volunteers who took excerpts from other white papers, the original Chinese version. It keeps getting deeper and deeper, doesn't it, Affidavit? That's amazing, man. And I feel guilty for calling it plagiarized in that respect, because it's certainly not the founders that have gone ahead and done that. I'm going to have to research that and validate that claim, of course, Affidavit, but you've always been responsible with your information you've provided to the show before. So that's interesting, man. That brings it back again, you know, because I don't know. It was still overpriced for mine because I'd like to see some work done first. No, where I'd like to see the mainnet launched. I'd like to see it working, see how it actually handles things. We got ages in this economy. I don't mind buying it double the price if it's going 100x. I'll take 50x. So yeah, I want to see how it goes. Like with a lot of these projects, I'd rather see the mainnet at least a little bit closer. When's Tron? Does anyone know when Tron's going live on the mainnet? I can't remember. Sunrage said he just sold Tron and bought ADA. I think ADA's smash the likes. The numbers don't add up and scale down. Yeah, I'm not yes, please smash the likes. Sorry, I'm not. I feel funny doing that. Anyway, only pump and dump when you meet in a bar. Very good point. Welcome to the chat, Agent Smith. Good to see you again. Only pump and dump when you meet in a bar. My goodness. Just catching up, guys. Hey, Ethercept, how are you, man? Hadn't seen you in there. Warlord said, F off Crypto Nick. BB Junkie agreed. Crypto Chronicles called him a retard. Oh, come on, guys. I got to read out these comments because I said I wouldn't censor you, but you're being mean to one person. He's a kid who probably made a fortune, so we shouldn't be feeling too bad for him, right? King Crypto said, hi, I'm Craig Grant. This is my prison cell, and I earned this. Oh, goodness. You guys are funny. Mardo, I sent BCC to BCCX to hold it. I think it may have value in the future since the max supply is only 28 mil. You never know. I only invested $100 just for shit. Oh, dear. Why are we doing this? Let's just find good projects and support the good projects. Stop putting $100 into things for shits and giggles. Hey, guys, if you put $100 into Icon at bloody ICO, that $100 would be worth about 5-10 grand now. So why not do that? Find the good projects that are going under the radar instead of, oh, well, there's got to be more fools. Like I know it. This is what Wilkie said to me. Wilkie's bloody good investor. He's made a fortune in this market very, very quickly. But Wilkie had to go on EtherConnect. And he goes, oh, no, it's a pyramid scheme, flat out. I'm just going to be at the top of the pyramid and get out before everyone else. And I went, right. Why? There's no point. There's plenty of good things out there. I still don't know who Crypto Nick is must not be important. Oh, he's super important, man. He's the guy who gets on there. He made like $700K, $750,000 in referral bonuses to BitConnect. And then he's taking people through it on his video. And he goes, and this is the public key. I don't really know what a public key is. And this is the guy advising on crypto. Now, I'm shit with tech, but I'm not that shit. So I've at least learned, come on, at least enough to be considered better than the average person in the street. And I'm not sure Crypto Nick has learned enough to be making any sort of comments. So yeah, Crypto Whiz Kid Nick is relentless. He gets all hopped up on Monster energy drinks and Hot Pockets, living in his parents' basement, shilling schemes. Oh dear, it's a funny chat today. It's brought in the comedians today. Funny Eagle said if you put $100 into Bitcoin, you'd have 100 million from back in the day. Yep, that's it, man. Please find us ICO like ICX. Yeah, man. Look, we keep an eye out for them, Warlord. You're in our Discord group, right, bro? Just join up in the Discord group. We'll actually take, you know, it's been super busy. The Q-Link ICO has been like, it's been very time consuming for me because of the bugginess of the Neo wallets, which they, you know, I've said is understandable. It's emerging technology. I haven't lost any coins. There's been no security issues. It just took a lot of labor, as some of you who were later in that payout would realize. We had to do it in smaller chunks and do 7 or 8 transfers. So it was tough. So for me, I'm going to need to be super impressed by an ICO coming to market before I'll look to collaborate a group one again. I was certainly happy to support a couple of people like Xiao, who I trust, and we've done transfers before, like Grinkers, who we've transferred before. Like, I don't think Ethercept has time for it, but we've done a lot of transfers back and forth before. So I can vouch for those 3 people in terms of if they want to collect for a group ICO that they're interested in. I got no problem with that. But for me personally at the moment, I have a lot of responsibilities on at PIVX. Okay, the surf seasons are heating up, and it's kind of fish's time to shine. They've asked me to, you know, strengthen the bonds between surfing and PIVX, and you know, this is my time to do it. So I've really got to concentrate on that. Really got to focus on that, and a couple other things as well, but mainly PIVX stuff at the moment. So for me to go and research new ICOs at the moment is not an easy one. I have found one, Warlord. Let me just pop it in the chat for you. But you got to check the evaluation on this. I'm saying don't let them get carried away just because it probably will be super popular. Make sure the valuation's reasonable. I've suggested 30 to 45 million is probably reasonable. Anywhere over that, I probably wouldn't touch it. So that's an ICO we're looking at. It's going to well, I did look at. I tried to get in as a strategic investor. I was unceremoniously denied, but I still think it's a good project. So provided that, like, again, you got to do the valuation, man. So like I said, I came up with sort of 30 to 45 million. If they're going to ask more than that, yeah, I'm not going to gamble on it. Under that, I think the risk reward's there. So that was sort of my baseline for the max I'd go for their valuation. And anything under that, I'd really consider pulling the trigger based on the fact that I think the risk reward ratio is right above that. I'd leave it alone. Up to you though, bro. Ethercept, please check Discord DM when you have a chance. You got it, Ethercept. I was on there last night, bro. We just missed out timing yesterday. What is H shares? Oh, I did have a look at it. I can't remember. Crypto Chronica said shit connect. Yes, we think we've established that. What are you getting bullish on, Agent Smith? Oh, what are your thoughts on the PIVX fork? I need to look more into it, man. I've been asked a lot about the Colossus PIVX fork, and I've said that I'm not impressed with that one because of the favoring to large investors, which is kind of anti-PIVX mantra, where we have a seesaw algorithm that keeps things really level between the big guys and the little guys about who earns the rewards. So I didn't like that one, but I really need to look into 4, man. Did you pick some up? Did you, Agent Smith? I don't know if you actually picked any up. Yeah, I need to have a look at it. Was it? I'd heard, but I hadn't looked at it, that it had something to do with the marketplace as well. Is that correct? Oh, does that Crypto Nick dude have 120k subs? Oh, that's good. Well done, sir. Hang on, I got how many? I got stacks now. Man, my goal was 1,000 subs. I thought if I hit that, I'm stoked. I've like got 300 more than that now, and I know the big guys are laughing at that. But for someone who's only joined social media in any form at all in 2015, I'm going to give myself a pat on the back. Ty Lopez, Craig Grant, Tron, and WizKid Nick teaming up on an ICO called BitConnect 2.0. I don't know if you're joking or not. The funny thing is, it's something they'd probably bloody do. Did you look at titanium, or was the market in such a haze as it fell? No, I didn't have a look at titanium, Nodio. Sorry, man. Yeah, PIVX made people a lot of money. It's done well, Sunray. I think that's I think we'll have a good 2018. Our devs are working really, really hard. We got it. Our roadmap got released. Just the top. Well, the 36 items for the roadmap for next year got released for the technical roadmap. That doesn't include Fishy's PIVX surfing team coming in 2018. So yeah, it doesn't include things like that. It's more the technical stuff. But yeah, 36 items and the top 15 were, were really heavily publicized, and there's some exciting stuff on there. So we're going to have a decentralized exchange, in-wallet exchange. That's probably one of the more exciting things. So you can do transfer of BTC direct into ZPIV. So anonymous PIVX. But yeah, a lot of good things. We're going to be able to be staking ZPIV in 2018 as well. So plenty of good stuff coming up for us. Hopefully we can do really, really well throughout 2018 as well. Caitlyn Jenner was my hero at the 760s. Thank F he didn't wear a dress then. He may have got in the way of some decathlon events, right? Oh, at the 76 Olympics. I gotcha. Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah, she was Olympian, right? Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, I'm happy to, Daniel Chippendale. Daniel Chippendale hasn't looked into PIVX. Well, allow me to explain. I'm always happy to go on a rant about PIVX. In full disclosure, I am with the team at PIVX. Have been for some time. You guys should know that by now. So yeah, please make your own decisions whenever you're investing. Please only invest what you can afford to lose. Be responsible, guys. PIVX is a proof of stake coin, meaning that we pay dividends or staking rewards to people who are helping secure the network, either through running a master node which you need 10,000 coins for, or through the simple act of staking, which you can do with as little as 1 PIVX. So think of it as every PIVX you hold as a lottery ticket. Okay, that's the way I see it. Like the reward's 2 PIV. So you've got, yeah, it's not a lottery for millions or anything like that, but the reward's 2 PIV, and the reward gets randomly awarded to one of the PIVX sitting out there in the PIVX ecosystem. And if that happens to be in your wallet or in your masternode, you're given that reward. That's simplifying it a little bit. Now, there is a seesaw algorithm as well, which is one of the things I'm really, really fond of. So you would think that the masternode holders, the 10,000 coin holders, are going to get the big benefits like everywhere else in the economy, right? Not with PIVX, not always at least. We've got the seesaw algorithm, which actually swings to the stakers on occasions. It did it a few months back, and the stakers were cleaning up, and the masternode holders are sitting there going, grrr. But they, for the majority, yes, they do get slightly higher rewards because we do need to incentivize masternodes to be held. We need at least 6 masternodes to run our network. Fortunately, we've got a couple of thousand of them. So plenty of people holding PIVX masternodes, making it a really secure network globally. It's 60-second block time and working towards malleable block sizes. So our block sizes will actually be able to increase and decrease as required for scalability. Transactions are instant. Like we'll do it with Chronicus on the show because I own 20 PIVX for getting the tattoo. So we'll do it with Chronicus on the show, and we'll do an instant transfer and show you how quick it is. It's very, very quick. Quicker than the FPOS approved for me down at the local store. So that's one of the really good things about it as well. It's a privacy coin. So we were the first point of proof of stake coin in the economy to implement zero coin protocol, which our devs successfully achieved at the end of 2017. Kept them up many nights. And we did have some teething issues, if I'm being honest with you, but we've pulled through them nicely with a nice secure working wallet and ZPIV, fully functioning zero coin protocol. So that's brilliant. I love it that it's a feature rather than being a necessity as well. So you can choose to send non-anonymous transactions if you like as well. It's entirely up to you. So that I like about it. What I'm really, really stoked about for 2018 is in 2017, the masternode holders, they had to this day, they still have the voting on all the budget proposals and things like that. But in 2017, they actually voted on giving up their voting power, or at least spreading it amongst the community. So in 2018, we're going to be moving to true community consensus in that you don't have to be a masternode holder to vote. You just have to have a PIVX wallet with some PIV in it, and you'll be able to have your say, and you'll be able to do that in wallet as well. Vote on governance, vote on budget proposals for the community and for the development of our currency. So you'll be actively involved in the future of the coin and what path it takes, if you want to be. That's the great thing. So there's a lot of things I do like about about PIVX, but what it all boils down to with me as well as community and the people I've met working over there, in particularly, Chad's been a huge mentor for mine from Rhubarb Media, huge mentor for mine, and Snappy's been really good as well, Brian. And these guys are really focused on distributed wealth, leveling the playing field. I like their mantra. I like the way they look at life and they look to create a better society. And I think they're trying to do that through the financial system, which perhaps causes the most strain on, probably has the most impact on society in a negative way. How often has finances and money been the cause of a problem in your own life and other people's lives that you've seen? So, yeah, I think that these guys realize that the balance is out. The rich are getting richer. The gap's getting bigger. And the poor are getting poorer. So the middle class is pretty much being erased. Yeah, I think they're forward thinking and they realize that. And I think their ambitions are bigger than personal wealth. So for me, it's a bunch of things. The tech's good, but there's a lot of good coins with good tech. Simple as that. So for me, the biggest question for me was what coin most represents the ideals which I want to represent in my life. And I found that at PIVX. So yeah, thank you for the massive opportunity to shill the crap out of the coin I work for, just in case you didn't get that. I work there. So please make your own decisions. Plenty of good coins in the economy. PIVX just happens to be my favorite. So Daniel Chippendale, thank you very much for the chance to go on that massive rant. Once I get my dragons and get to slumbering, I'll do group ICO, laugh out loud. But for now, you and Jao and Grinkers need to do all the work. Yeah, we got you, Etherset, man. It's a team effort, you know. So, like, I can do another ICO soon. This one's just worn me out, and I still haven't even got it all distributed because it's been a bit buggy. So, I'm still looking, but I got a lot of work to do, guys. So, you know, Zhao's very, very trustworthy, obviously. Grinkers as well. Whether they've got the time is completely up to them. They're both busy men as well. Oh, Monster Vodka, that's brutal. Just said, oh, King Crypto, what's your affiliate link? For BitConnect. Oh, dear. You guys are funny. NZ Street Beat said, I'll buy some PIVX and hodl it when fish shaves. All right, dude. I'll have a shave. Done. Nate Forge, I think it'll do okay. I mean, there's certainly worse economic models out there. Nate said I picked up some Colex myself, being Colossus coin. I think it'll do okay because I think people are attracted to high staking rewards, not understanding the long-term economic impact of flooding the coin market with coins. I believe it's 20% for the masternode holders at Colex and 5% for regular stakers, but that's still added together combined. I don't know what percentage is masternode holders, but if it's any significant percentage at all, that's going to cause perhaps an inflation rate that's unsustainable. We'll see what happens. I'm sorry, Nate Forge. I don't like to say bad things about coins that people have just picked up. And it's not that bad. I haven't said anything that terrible about it. I'm just explaining my concerns with it. You guys are funny. Sunray said double spend issues. I'm not sure if you're referring to. Not sure which one you're referring to. Oh, how many confirmations for validation of PIVX? Man, that's something I'm going to have to pass on to the devs. Damn it, you got me. The technical stuff's not my best. I know the block times. I know the block sizes. How many confirmations for validation on PIVX? Oh, I'm going to look it up because I want to know. Let's have a look. But yeah, I can. What we'll do, I'll tell you what we'll do. Actually, rather than me fumbling through and trying to look up technical information, Sunray 06, I will get some of the PIVX team to come on the show. Since you're new, you might want to subscribe and we'll get them in and you can ask them directly. Because Sunray is saying, and I don't censor anyone, especially when they're bringing up concerns with PIVX, because that's only fair. And Sunray said, is there a double spend issue? So yeah, man, that's something I'm going to get the guys to come in and talk to you about and have our developers explain why the technology is secure, and hopefully they're able to answer the questions to your satisfaction, man. I'm just trying to understand whether these comments at the end are still referring to PIVX. I don't think they are. I specifically don't want to leave anything out that can be considered a question about PIVX because I think it's important to get those questions out there and then we can go away and responsibly answer them for you. So yes, I'm not going to censor things just because it sounds a little bit bad for PIVX. So I'll check that out, Sunray 06 for you. I'll get an answer or a number of confirmations and I'll get a statement from our devs to explain in their words why it is a secure system. So thanks for all the comments though, man. We take it as free market research. You're obviously a knowledgeable person. You've given us an opinion. I need to go back to the team and see what they think about that now. So thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Agent Smith said, I'm home in time for the live chat 2 days in a row. Yeah, it's been ages, man. Everyone's just gotten super busy in the Crypto Wave investment crew. We hardly catch up anymore. We never talk anymore, Agent Smith. Chronica said, how can B get merchants a way to accept crypto but get paid in fiat to get them in the economy to people start spending crypto anywhere? Crypto Chronicas, Joe, as in Crypto Care Joe, told me of a program that is available. that will basically transfer your fiat, sorry, your crypto straight into, like, whatever you're accepting straight into, I think it was into US dollar tether. So you're still having to put some trust in US dollar tether, but there's probably, you know, if you're a programmer, you can probably put an addition to that where it actually cashes it out into fiat through your country's channels of cashing into fiat. In Australia, it might be able to link directly with Living Room or Satoshi and pay directly into a bank account. I'm sure if you're a programmer, you can make that happen. I'm not, but it's a good point, Crypto Chronicus. If you can come out with applications like that that enable businesses to actually start accepting crypto but realizing the real world fiat value of it immediately, that's going to be a big step in adoption, because it's easy then. It's just, okay, well, I'm accepting MasterCard, I'm accepting Visa, I'm accepting PIVX, but it all comes to me in US dollars, Australian dollars, whatever the country, you know, whatever your country's currency is. I think that's a really good point to. What's the max supply for PIVX? No entry for coin market cap. There is no max supply, Marto. There is an ongoing inflation rate. So it's not a deflationary model like Bitcoin. It is actually an inflationary coin. It runs at about, it's a little under, but if you said 5% per annum, that's about right for the PIVX inflation rate. I've spoken to a few people who've had both positive and negative things to say about an ongoing inflation rate. I spoke to a good friend of mine actually, and he said, you know, I read a thing recently that's saying that no limit, like no cap on the number of coins in the supply is a problem. And I said, I tend to disagree, because as much as economists have gotten things wrong for a couple of 100 years in some aspects, one of the things they have got right is that inflation does encourage spending. Now, if you've got a deflationary model, it encourages hodling, right? Not necessarily spending, because of its scarcity. So it acts really well as a store of wealth, but as a currency, it fails, because it fails in that you've got to keep money circulating through an economy, or the economy becomes stagnant and dies. So a small and manageable inflation rate actually encourages spending and economic growth. That's true. If you have, you know, zero inflation is not necessarily a good thing, and a deflationary model is not necessarily the best way forward for a currency. That's my personal opinion. You're welcome to formulate your own views on that. You can tell me that a deflationary model is actually better, but I would suggest that anything that encourages hodling to a certain point is fine, because it encourages saving. But at a certain point, if there's no money circulating the economy, it does become stagnant. So that's my personal opinion. Good question, Sunray06. Tax implications on staking income. Well, staking reward would be considered part of your gains. I'm sure of that. So if you were to sell that into fiat currency, you would be required to pay the tax in your jurisdiction. Now in Australia, it's been classed as capital gains tax. You'll have to check with your accountant to see the correct amount of tax being paying. I think it's a flat 30% rate in Australia, but don't quote me on that. But yes, that would be a dividend, which would go into the gains. So yes, capital gains tax, I would imagine. Sunray06. Please don't quote me on that, man. I haven't 100% checked on that. We've got 5 months until we've got tax time for us. We do tax in Australia June 30. So I'll have to get a bit more serious about figuring out exactly how much I owe come June 30, man. It's something me and Wilkie have been talking about, because we made some money. It's just like, we got to do it. Don't want to get bloody Australian Tax Office banging down our door and saying, oh, blah, 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 and throwing us in jail. I'm too pretty to go to jail. I'd get passed around like currency. Forget Bitcoin, it'd be fish currency. Sorry, that's really crude, but I can't go to jail, so I'm going to have to pay my taxes. Mark G, Chronicus, Ucash is new coin that converts fiat to crypto and vice versa. IBO just standard. I'm IBO? ICO maybe, Mark G? I think it's a typo. I'm waiting for it to hit the exchange. Yeah, cool. David Wheeler's in. Hey, what's going on? What's up? How are you, man? Good to see you. I was more referring to something that other than an ICO, you know, like a company with an actual working product. Crypterium is working on using crypto in stores and converting to and from fiat, I believe. That's cool, King Crypto. I think we had a look at Crypterium on the show the other day. Sure we did. Monster Vodka said, it starts with trust. It all does. Everything's about trust. Trust is everything. Redcoin handles the velocity of money by decreasing the award or stake over the time. Every time you use a coin, it resets the coin age again. Redcoin, cool. No worries, Sunray. Quite a knowledgeable newbie we've got in the space. Sunray, I will tell you that this is very much a space for newbies, so that the chat might be on you, but it's great to have you, below you in terms of your ability, but it's great to have you and giving us this extra information. Do appreciate it. Mado, yeah, Ethereum runs on the same model. Cool. Fish butt coin. Dataset, behave yourself. Can you ask the devs about having just a BOX that people can plug in and creates a QR? People scan to pay their invoice in a store. Yeah, man, I get what you're saying. Yeah, for sure. I can speak to them about that. The devs have been working on the pivot payment system. I'm not sure where that's at exactly, but we do have something that's been worked on for in-store payments as well. Initial bounty offering. That's right. Yeah. No, I did know that actually. Mark G, thank you for reminding me. I'd heard a few instances of that. I mentioned one recently with QuantStamp, where they did a really cool thing called Proof of Care, where they gave the biggest bonuses at ICO to people who showed they cared about the QuantStamp community. I thought that was awesome. Just a different take on things. Just be like Trevon and just get hacked for $1 million in crypto, write it off as a loss. Nice one, King Crypto. Fish butter XT coin X cash. No, we're not doing that one. I know exactly how much capital gains taxes I owe. Too much. Yeah. Well, that's the downside of having a really good year in investing, isn't it? The dude. Good day, sir. BitConnect. Yeah. Not real good, is it, the dude 182? It's been a bit of a bloodbath for a few of the coins, but BitConnect got smashed. Anyone here into Neblio? Mark G, I'm not, but I'm hearing heaps more chatter about it. A lot more chatter. I'm going to have a look at it. I think we had a quick look at it on the show, but you know I don't invest unless I don't invest on what we look at on the show. I go and read white papers and all the things I've told you to do. So yeah, I haven't got any yet, but it's getting a lot of chatter. So we'll have to go and have a look at it, I think. All you would need is a little box that shows the QR code they need to send it to on a little screen. Yeah, I think it'd be easy enough, Chronicus, for sure. I have no doubt, man. You've obviously the beard is very influential. You just go in and go, hey guys, ever thought about accepting PIVX? Chronicus has got a tattoo artist agreed to take it, guys. So he's been out there, doing the real world stuff as well. That's why, part of the 20 PIVX is a bet, yeah, but part of it's just pure appreciation of, taking that step and going, Fish, I think I can get us accepted in a tattoo store. I was like, do it, dude. If you can get that done, that's sweet, man. People who want, ink's huge in this day and age. Everyone's got ink except me. So if you can get it accepted in a tattoo, by a tattoo artist, that's brilliant. Sunray, watch Crypto Lark's video about Redcoin. Will do. I'm going to watch that as well, not just Sunray. I like Crypto Lark. I only just found him. Yeah. So the dude's keen on he said much to do about Neblio and Icon. Yeah, man, I'm pretty bullish on Icon. I can't wait for the mainnet launch, and we'll see how that goes. But I got a stack at ICO, so I'm just holding on. We'll see what happens after mainnet. If mainnet launch goes really, really well, I can see good times ahead. See what happens. Sunray said, I have a lot of fun with Crypto Compare and build virtual portfolios and check how they perform like a back test. That's brilliant. So that's guys, obviously we've got a new person in the chat for today who favors research, and that's the strategy you've got to play. You do your research, you do some maths, you look at what the coins are doing. Sunray said I was number 5 wallet in Redcoin. I don't need the luck. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so obviously got a good holding in a few coins as well for number 5 wallet. But the thing is you've got to do your research. You've got to favor that over, like what I'm saying is just should be entertainment for you. And maybe you get a few ideas on coins you are going to start researching the same way I do just by running this show. I get people come in and say about it, and it gets said enough times, I go and have a look at it, and sometimes I go, no, that's garbage, that's a pure shill. Or sometimes I go, holy crap, that's a really good project. It looks interesting to me, that's something I'm going to buy into. So you guys got to use this channel and the information provided on here in the same way. Entertainment, and then maybe, maybe it gives you some ideas of something you can start looking at, but it's always your own research, and it's always your own decisions. Neblio, I do not understand. It's a 2-person team. Thanks to the dude. Cool. Pablo said they did hire another programmer. Monster Vodka said, I feel like I should order us a pizza. I sold 359 million coins back 2 years ago. Oh, that sucks, dude. Wallet address in there if anyone wants to look it up. So what were they worth 2 years ago? Must have been super cheap back then. Yeah, there's some stories like that, man. What was it? 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. You're not the only one who's done it. And the good thing is, like, not necessarily with your 359 million coins, but with the pizza, I still see that guy as like a pioneer of the crypto economy, because he brokered a deal for actual real world product, an actual real world service or product for Bitcoin. And he was one of the first to do that, obviously, if he's ordering Bitcoin 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin. So to me, that guy's a hero. And I saw an update recently that he has no Bitcoin. And to me, that's sad, because he was in early and he was actually pioneering the use of cryptocurrency through brokering that deal. That's just the way I feel about it. I almost feel like, the way that everyone started up a community donation thing for that Andre Antonopoulos, who I do like, by the way, but they started up a donation for him after Roger Ver had a go at him. I almost feel like that pizza guy we should start getting donated for him, because he doesn't have any Bitcoin and he sold 10,000 of them for 2 pizzas. I just think he's a pioneer. Anyway. Sunray said, takes a long time to unwind. I held them for years and got bored. Gave the dev 1 BTC when I sold. You're a good man. It would have been nice if it wasn't his last 2 Bitcoin. Yeah, I know. That sucks. Bitcoin pizzas with extra pepperoni was 20,000 BTC. Mark G, you're a clown. All right. Michael Smith, again, excellent, well-informed chat with a smart yet saucy crew. Off for a snowboarding trip. So am I, dude. I'm going to Japan at the end of next month. In no time, this will be a 25K subgroup. Trust me, keep making profit, folks, and do your maths. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, 25K sub is not something that I can really imagine happening. I struggle enough to keep up with 62 people's comments on the live chat. So, shit, 25,000 people. You probably have like 500 live. That would be a handful. How big would the takeaway pizza the pizza chain, the pizza shop owner has now? Oh man, he must have pizza shops on every corner by now, only accepting Bitcoin after that windfall. What are you going to do when the chat scrolls too fast after you pass 5 to 20K subs? Man, I think we're getting ahead of ourselves, Chronicus. I'm appreciative that you guys like the chat, but most people find me annoying and opinionated. Yeah, I was just laughing. We have Bitcoin buckets of Kentucky Fried Chicken here in Canada now. That's sweet. There's not too many places in Australia just yet, but there's some moves by companies to bring Bitcoin ATMs in, and perhaps hosting multiple currencies on those ATMs as well. And, I'll get my act together and start getting a few of the local stores around here to accept PIVX as well, and Bitcoins and the majors, but primarily PIVX obviously is my focus. That's understandable. Ethercept said, I have 0 Bitcoin. Bitcoin piqued my interest. However, alts made me rich. Verge, Tron, I had to go there. Yeah, no, Ethercept killed it on those when they were low market cap coins. We did well on Verge. I picked it up in June last year, so I murdered it on that one.
is more than possibly fish, just need some time working with me. Yeah, exactly. Zhao's my mentor in social media, and I'm always in trouble with him because I'm not very good with it. And Zhao goes, "You got to do this and this and this." I'm like, "Oh, what?" Monster Vodka said, "I really hope that was some special pizza, not some Little Caesars stuff." Sunray said, "Bitcoin is dying." I think people are more interested in the alts. Sunray said the block size is throttling growth. Yeah, Sunray, one of our investors in the crypto wave investment crew, a guy we called Wilkie the Whale, because he came in a few months ago and has made a stupid amount of money in no time. He calls Bitcoin, and this is not my words. This is me just telling you what one of my friends says. He says Bitcoin. What does he call it? That old. Oh, he calls it outdated technology anyway. And I don't disagree in a little way, but it is also, I think you'll agree that it's the most secure technology at the moment because of the hashing power, etc. Longest chain, all that sort of stuff. So there's still value in it. I still think there's value. I just think that it would be wise for the Bitcoin core developers and the Bitcoin miners to accept a role in the economy as a store of wealth, because I honestly think they're playing a currency battle against better technologies, and that's not going to end well. If you look at wars in real world situations where one civilization has met another civilization and one's had better technology, it hasn't ended well for the people with the worst technology. So I don't think they should be fighting that war, because I think most people are happy to accept Bitcoin as a store of wealth, the gold of the crypto economy. Yes, it's expensive to move and a little slow at times, but it's secure, it's safe. It's where do we go to when everything else is crashing around us? If they just accepted that role in the economy, I think they would have done much better than giving reasons for forks to occur. Not that any of the forks have really done a great job of varying enough to justify the fork, in my opinion. But I think it's part of the responsibility has to go on the Bitcoin core and Bitcoin miners for, they get, again, sort of developers versus miners about the best way forward. And unfortunately, that's led to delay, which has allowed other technology to be developed past the point of Bitcoin and now providing, at least taking away some of their market cap. I'm not saying they're providing threats to that number one spot. Bitcoin is still a dominant force in this economy. I just think I honestly think from a strategy point of view, Bitcoin would be better off just doing that. Ethercept said I'm going to get 25,000 subs. Maybe if I keep broadcasting till I'm 50. Andrew Granville said Doug Polk to blame for BitConnect stealing massive amounts of money. Yes, you got clickbait, my friend. I'm a big fan of Doug Polk. I was only mucking around. I said he was one of the few people who were responsible about. No, not one of the few people. There were quite a lot of good YouTubers who said that, look, BitConnect looks to be a pyramid scheme. It looks to be a scam. Doug Polk was just very enthusiastic about it, and probably the most enthusiastic about it. So it's a cheeky shout out to Doug Polk for trying his best to keep everyone out of that train wreck. It's been really effective clickbait, the whole Doug Polk thing. And I got that idea from Doug Polk's video yesterday where he mentioned another YouTuber. So it all goes good. Crypto7 said there's still value. Ha ha ha. I'm not sure which one we're talking about. If you're talking about BitConnect, no. If you're talking about Bitcoin, yes, I think it still does have value. Sunray, China has requested the miners exit the business in an orderly manner. Yeah, there's been a lot of bad news. I'm not going to call it FUD because it's bad news out of Asian markets in recent times. No doubt about it. Indonesia, Japan, Korea, like South Korea and China. South Korea was more nothing's been like, there's not been any laws passed or anything like that, but there's been discussion on it. I still think it's the minority, because also South Korea, there's a lot of people who are influential, heavily pushing against the overall ban of crypto. So I don't think South Korea will necessarily go the same way as China. We'll see what happens. I mean, that's why it's really important to keep an eye on the news coming out and see what's going to happen throughout one of the major contributors in the crypto economy in Southeast Asia. A new way to make you feel good when the market has been smashed. Just alter the currency to a lower one that you usually look at, scroll through after that, then smile and have a huge day. All right, that's it. On that note, I'm probably going to duck out. Eric Brimberry said, wait, why are we blaming Doug Polk? We're not, man. Oh, the clickbait has worked so well. Thank you very much, Doug Polk, for the inspiration on using another YouTuber's name in your title to get clickbaited. It's worked extremely well. And I am actually a huge fan. Good show you got going on over there. I'm going to check out Rocket. Good to see you in right as I'm leaving. Sunray, thanks for being real active, man. It was good to meet you. Obviously a pretty knowledgeable person in the crypto economy. So we'd love to have you back for the chat. Guys, I'm going to check out because I've been in too long and I've been blabbering on. And I want to see how many people fall for the Doug Polk to blame clickbait. Anyway, at least like I do it in the first line. I say, okay, no, he's not to blame. He was actually one of the people saying that stay out of this. Eric Brimberry said, I thought you were serious. I was like, who is this dumb bloke? Your instincts are excellent. I am a dumb bloke, but no, I wasn't serious, man. No, I think Doug Polk is, I've only found him a week ago, but his videos seem excellent. I mentioned that a few days ago, and yeah, I've been watching him since, been binge watching him and catching up. So get over there and check out his videos, guys. I hope he gets a few subs out of me being a dick with his name. Anyway, guys, I'm out. I'll catch you tomorrow. Oh, damn it. I haven't got Google Hangouts up. I haven't done that one for a while. Just for Grinkers. He loves it when I stuff up technically. All right, guys, I'm out of here. See you tomorrow.